there's not enough sauce in there.
You live?
Yeah, we are.
Live action?
Live action, baby.
In the building.
In the building.
Why you stop playing music? You don't play music no more.
Well, I could have played some music. Sometimes they be trying to be acting funky, even though I do not own the rights to this. They be trying to come for me, on Facebook. The Facebook people always trying to stop our shine. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even play music. Like, come on now. We know we don't own the rights. We own the emotion that it brought, right? That's why they rich. So can we share what got us to this point, right? So Facebook be on this next stuff, but I ordered the skirt. You go, girl. I just got a text. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to the I Choose Me, Become Your Magic Power Hour, where we meet here every Monday through Friday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. A little off today. We were running because today is Fish Fry Friday. Hey, Ma, how you doing? What, Guan? We doing good out here. You see us? We tied up. We looking, she in Jamaica, so she got her Jamaica accent going.
Oh, so you international?
She international. Oh, I'm international. That's right, because we in Jamaica. She in Jamaica. So, are you close enough, honey? Get in the frame. I'm trying to get a good frame of us. It's hard when it's two. See? And it's hard to make sure everybody is seen in the frame when there's more than one person in the picture. Well, that's what life looks like. And so this is the Become Your Magic Power Hour. I done talk Rondell into coming on with me so that we can get some type of perspective. So it's not just me talking at you, because half the time you guys are shy, but somebody brought to my attention, a queen whispered in my ear, what if when we're listening to you, we're just stuck? What if when we're listening to you, we're just in the moment, so we can't really even respond in the moment, and by the time it comes to us, the show is over. So I thought, to make it fun, so I'm not just talking at y'all, but we're having a conversation so that you can get at least more than one perspective, that we would invite Chef Ron into the conversation. And he agreed, since we are high on ourselves, and both of this, everything we do is just because of the process of what it took to actually arrive with two different perspectives. And so moving forward, I can't guarantee he'll always be here at 12, but on the times that he can, we're going to have more than just my perspective. And anytime you guys are in the middle of a show and you are touched, or you feel like I would love to share something and you don't write fast enough and you're like me, please put in the comment, I have something to say. I can send you the link in the middle of the show. I can send it to your messenger. I can email it to you, and you can log in right here from wherever you are and express how you feel, or maybe how that hour, how it awoke you, what it does, because that's what I want the Abracadabra to turn into. The evidence of people awakening, getting soul stirred, getting aha moments, creating a new idea, new vision for themselves, so that they can become a multi-level marketer for God, so that they can become that thing that they are battling, right? That person that they see themselves being. All it takes is the right activation. All it takes is the right moments. All it takes is the right people. And so if we can be the people who can share our stories of shame as what that became triumph, right? Pain that turned into power, then maybe we will inspire you guys to come on and share maybe some of your testimonies that can maybe help somebody, because everybody is going through something different, because God needs different people to be leaders. And so to be a leader, you got to be the first one courageous enough to say, this is me. This is my story. This is what it took for me to get here. No, it's not perfect, but all of those imperfect moments is what makes me a perfect soul piece, is what makes me my magic. It's the reason I can say abracadabra, because I am powerful beyond measure, because I got up from things time and time again, because even in the midst of the lessons, I allowed it to become a blessing. I realized that, yes, there was a death, but oh my God, death is so powerful because resurrection precedes it. And so maybe we are staying dead and we are staying complacent, but God is wanting to shake you up so that you can serve yourself, so that you can stop sitting in that place where you start to separate from the thing that he called you to be. All of that pain you went through is the bond. It is the glue. It is why you get to be who you are. And so instead of separating yourself, you got to remember that it all makes you who you are. So you got to embrace the good with the bad, because that is what creates the you that you are trying to become. I could feel you thinking what you was about to say. You sure? You sure? You just listening? Thank you, Author Lynette, for sharing. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Sharing is caring.
When you be talking, people get stuck. They just be reflecting on their life and what you're saying. It's like you're sending messages from God. So you're sparkling like your lipstick.
You like my
cute
lipstick?
Or whatever.
I'm cute or whatever. Listen, he needs to get focused. I think I'm cute or whatever. I still turn him on after 21 years. She did that. Come on now. That's important, right? Because today we was going to talk about how do you make every day feel like a TGIF type of day, right? Because everybody's always like, thank God it's Friday. I mean, I had put that in the topic thing, but I'm saying that could play into anything we talking about, because you're so happy about Friday because it's just a moment that you can't wait to get to. But what if you can make every moment the moment you can't wait to get to? What does that look like? How do you tap into that part of your life? How do you make every day a Friday?
It's easy.
Well, tell us how, baby. Tell us how you think you make every day a Friday. And if any one of you are tuned in and you're not shy,
book my session. 197 for the hour session with just soul coach Precious Paula.
And then, but what did you learn on your journey? Because you booked me. So tell a little bit about your journey.
What you mean?
Yes, lipstick is nice. Thank you, lady.
The secret is out. 197 for the secret.
The 197. I'm doing group sessions, so we gonna have that available. But seriously, honestly, or we having a conversation right now. So the question is,
197 for the secret.
Rondell, seriously.
And that's cheap.
I'm not talking about, I'm saying seriously. How do you make every day a Friday? How do you do that?
I don't make it every day a Friday.
You still working on it?
Huh?
Are you still working on it?
Clocking into myself, honey. Every day is a Friday when you clock into yourself.
This guy.
It ain't gonna start off like that though. See, that's what people, you just don't just bam and it's every day a Friday. It's a process, and then progress, and then purpose. You have to go through the process so you can gain progress, so you can go into your purpose.
PPP.
That's how you turn every day into a Friday, a TGI Friday.
So you said, wait a minute, wait, let me put them 3 P's down, y'all.
See, people get stuck in the process.
Because I forget that.
They get stuck in the process. Everybody still stuck in the process. If you ain't where you supposed to feel like you're supposed to be at in your life, you're stuck in the process.
We gotta learn together, y'all, right? So as God is teaching us, honey, we gotta apply this, because knowledge is power. But what did Precious say? Applied knowledge is transformation, right? And so if you want to transform, you got to do more than listen. You got to actually apply it. You got to actually try it out. You got to actually say, you know what? She don't know what she talking about. That didn't work. If I say you want your dreams to come true and God said yes, and in order for you to get to the next level, you got to walk toward your yes. You got to act like he said yes and you trust the yes, because he's always come through on everything you ask for. That makes the trust relevant. So now that you trust your yes, you moving. And your yes means that I'm going to take action on the people that God sent in order to get this free stuff. So if you don't apply the free stuff, you'll never be able to afford the life-breaking stuff, right? The transformation stuff. So you begin to apply these different things, and then you become the value you need to be. You solve X, and then you realize everything else is cheap in comparison to what you have. So we're broke because we're broke-minded. Our minds, a wealthy mind walks you into that promise. Okay, so we got the PPP. We got process, right? What's the next one? Progress. And then promise, right?
Purpose.
Oh, wait. Process, progress, Promise or purpose? No promise. Purpose.
You say promise.
I'm sorry. Purpose. Yeah, purpose. AKA
because
promise.
You can't get the promise until you step into your purpose.
Yeah. It's you know I'm gonna marry it because that's how we do. But go ahead, tell them what you're talking about. So we got process. Put it up there. Process, progress, purpose. We got process, progress, purpose.
How do you make every day a TGI Friday?
How do you make every day a TGI Friday?
You have to live by the 3 P's, man. You have to take the process. People say, okay, what process? What do you mean? It depends on the person. Everybody's process is different. Everybody. Not everybody's. Mm-hmm. Because there's some people that have to go through the same thing that you went through.
Yeah.
But it's your job to show up and help those people that went through the same thing you went through. And that's your process, man. That's whatever you had to go through, like with all those trials and tribulations, the hard stuff. I'm talking about the hard stuff that you ain't know how you're gonna get out. Mm-hmm. Some people still are in process though. They ain't got out of it. They ain't got over it.
And I would even offer to say that you'll always be in process, right? Because you're always going to be headed towards something. And though the destination changes, the process never ends. You are continuously becoming, right? Arriving, right? Everybody talks about the arrival and you want to skip arriving, but you get to the arrival because of the travel. Come on now. You get to arrive because you were willing to travel, which is process. Process means travel, and travel means nothing stays the same, because if you got in a car and you begin to travel, doesn't the scenery change? And sometimes you can't even see quick enough to remember what it is, right? So sometimes I can remember around there like, oh, what is that saying? I'm trying to get a picture. I'm like, slow down. I can't remember. It's moving too fast. And so while you're traveling, that's that process. That's the being able to recognize that you should be okay with change. If change scares you, so does arriving, because arriving is going to be a change. Abracadabra is a change. You know, to be dead and then to resurrect, that's a change. And what is that change that you speak of, honey? Because I think I led you right into your word of the process. What is the change? The progress is your miracle. Your miracle you talk about. Oh my God, forget it. Next, go to your next one. So now that we're processing, right? We're willing to travel. I cannot with him. We're willing to travel. We're willing to go.
First of all, you cut me off for 30 minutes and you went a whole nother way. I had nothing to do. I'm trying to listen to what you're saying, trying to get a different perspective. Then you come back talking about, yeah, go ahead and tell them about the wine and the change. That don't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Two different people.
I told you, ADD. I have ADD.
Man. Two different people, man.
Go ahead, honey. Tell them what you was talking about.
The process is the stuff that you got to go through and that you're continuously going through. Now, the progress is how you getting out of the stuff that you're going through. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I lost my job and I'm about to get put out. Okay. That's the process, right? Oh my God. You know how it is. I almost lose something or to lose something. You did get put out, but what's the progress? Okay. My sister going to let me live here. So all I need is for 30 days. So in the 30 days, I'm going to give me another job. I'm going to find me another career. I'm going to grind. I'm going to give me 2 jobs. Okay. That's the progress. It has to be an action made after you going through your process. During your process, it has to be an action made.
Why are you leaving it up?
And the action is the progress. Any action that you take is going to progress you on to up out of your processing part. You got that? Mm-hmm. So after you going through your processing, now you're taking the progress to get out of the processing, and then it's going to lead you right into your purpose. Because once you go through the process, once you overcome what it is through progression, you're gonna eventually know who you are, and once you know who you are, then you can live in your purpose. Because the only way you can find out who you are is when your back is against the wall. Now, some people say, well, hey, yeah, those people, you got people telling you who you are. That ain't who you are, though. My whole life, people told me who I was until I had to figure out, look myself in the mirror and do a session with my soul coach here. And I learned to find out that
I'm more than that.
I'm more than that. That's not me. I'm this. Plus this.
That's what I had access to, right? And so once we change our access, we change our reality. And so if you're sitting in the midst of the same properties that you don't like and you're wanting a different reality, then you'll never progress, right? And so he was willing to process the fact that he wanted something different, right? So he had to accept that. To get into process, to get into transition is to get into the vehicle of change. So he processed his thoughts. He accepted, right, that it was not what, it wasn't panning out the way he wanted it to. And so then he got into progression, right? He began to grow into the who he wanted to be because he was able to process his truth, his authenticity, that part of him that he was fighting against, because he only knew what he knew, right? Because that's why Maya Angelou, the great late Maya Angelou, Dr. Maya Angelou says, you got to find yourself, right? You got to see who that is. You got to be able to process. You got to, when you know better, you do better. And so he had access to know better. So how many of us has been given access to the know better? All of us. Because God said you have enough. That means the know better is already in your life because you have access. Now the progress is how you process the know better. So I get to progress into the new me. I get to become the abracadabra. I get to look at you and say, look what God did through me, because I was willing to process into the progress because I accepted my truth. And that is, I had work to do. That it started and it ended with me. That how I see me is what's going to allow me to magnify the purpose that God put in me. Because I had to go through all of those things to realize that I had purpose. Because I'm still here. And things that would have killed us, we survived through. And we're misfortunate and we're not celebrating the power in the peas. The power in what God gave you. It had to lead to your destination. And so we get to process when we are willing to be authentic and accept that it's going to be some work. That is going to cost you time. That you're going to have to hire yourself, that you're not going to be allowed to waste those precious moments anymore, that every day can be your Friday because God gives you the power to choose how your day goes. He gives you the power to choose if you want to have an attitude or you don't. He gives you the power to choose if you want to blame yesterday or you want to show up today. He gives you the power to choose that in these 24 hours, I'm going to feed me. Why? Because he said to give the church 10%. And if you are the church and you are not feeding yourself, then you are not showing up in the commandment that he gave you. And so we are so outside of ourselves because we don't understand the worthiness inside ourselves because we haven't processed through the 3 Ps. We haven't done that work. And so if your every day don't feel like a Friday, change it. Choose to empower that. What makes Friday so special to you? Sit down and write down, why do I like Fridays? If I like Fridays because it is the day that I get to get a break from working, that means I don't like what I'm working on. If I want to break from what I'm doing, that means I'm not really content with what I'm doing. Because you can make every day a Friday because every day you could do what you like and then get a break on at the same time, right when you're done. But it's that discourse in what you're doing that makes you anticipate not doing it for at least 2 days to come. So that's what you got to fix, right? The what you're doing. Work on that part. And so I want you to write a list of why Fridays are so special and then counteract that list to, what is it? Sunday. Because Sunday we dreaded Monday. So you need to make your Friday your Monday. So figure out, how do I replace the things, these emotions I have on Friday and add it to Monday? Because I'm good on Saturday and Sunday, but joy ends for me on Sunday. And God thinks something wrong with that. Don't you think something wrong with that?
Spirit knows that,
right? Because that's what it is. And so we got to command our life by showing up for ourselves because we can. Because we have to. Because it's necessary. And so what are we doing to incorporate the process into progress so that we could become purposeful and receive the promise that was attached to everything you were willing to go through? Accept, manifest, change your mind, walk different, be different. And so we go back to becoming your magic, finding those moments that you had to process, which is why you got to progress, which is why you are in your purpose. Sit in those moments when you forgot, because every time you go up a mountain, you're going to have to go back down and find a new one, because you never stop arriving. The dream gets bigger. When Oprah became a billionaire, she became a second time, a 2 billionaire, and a 3, because it kept on growing. Because who you are is multiplying in whatever areas of your life you show up in. So what are you multiplying? That's the thing we got to sit down and we got to attack. That's the thing we got to do.
So what you're doing is people are buying what they want and financing what they need. So that can be material or spiritual.
Yes, it can.
You want to take it.
Come on now. And so we got some comments. We're going to see what we got here. Very important. Whatever we was talking about, lady was feeling us. Thank you on that one. Retire, LOL. Come on now. Why are you laughing about retiring, baby? Come on now. Okay. Hey, Melissa. How you doing? Shamika's on YouTube. Hey, y'all. Hey, Shamika. Everybody, is a Friday, and I'll drink to that, LOL. Take your drinks, honey. Melissa, I like Fridays because they do equal a break for me. Come on now. I try to push all week, and my reward on Friday is some extra self-love. I try to take a half a work day and work on me a little extra than I do during the week. Plus, my kids usually sleep over grandma's on Friday, so it's a nice break for hubby and I to rest together. See, come on now, and I love that. And so we got reasons why those Fridays are available to us, right? We got reasons why those moments give us joy. And so I always recommend that in those moments when whatever that feeling you get when it's Friday, and we could choose that memory when it's Monday. Because we've lived insanity forever, right? Most of the time, we are not sitting in our abuse. We are not sitting in that molestation. We are not sitting in that abandonment. We have passed all those things, but yet we choose to remember those areas, right? Because you're still in the process. So what if in those moments you took what that Friday meant, that emotion that was attached on Friday, and when Monday came, you took that idea. You chose that memory, and then you showed up anyway. Why? Because you're still in the process. Look, I think the board is behind me. Ain't that funny? See how we revert back to what we just got? And so we think we're in the process because look, the board, I'm about to hit process. We think we're in the process, but if I can choose the right memory during the process, I could dance in the rain.
Dance.
If I could choose the right memory during the process as I'm progressing, then I'm sure to reach purpose because it was all for me.
All for you.
It's teaching me something about myself. It's teaching me something about my relationships. Everybody in the scenario always has a separate lesson. Everybody. It's set up for you to win. Unless you quit. Come on now. Say a little bit more about it. Hi, beautiful. Hi, Vivian.
It's not quitting on Donald Trump. It's not quitting on your boyfriend, quitting your husband, quitting your girlfriend. It's quitting on yourself. Whenever you quit on yourself, that's the only way you'll lose in life. It's rigged for you to win. It's a sure bet. Mm-hmm. It's a sure bet. It's a sure. My name is Rondell Hercules Paul. It is a sure bet for you to win in life. But you can't quit.
But you can't quit. You can't quit. You can't quit. Fridays are my if I don't feel like it, I don't have to day. Well, if my task isn't totally fulfilling for me on Friday, I'm not doing it. And you command that. That's why we love Fridays, because it's something about the energy in Fridays, which we were taught because we watched the spunk in somebody else on a Friday. And so it made us create to look for that, right? Because you get what you will go and search for. And so everything we do, we've learned. It's not in your DNA, it's in your CNA. SEENA.
Is what you get.
And so you've learned to see people look. So I'm not sure if we created that life for Friday because we seen it and we created our own joy in it. And so that's what life is.
What you see is what you're getting now, baby.
So that's what we create. We create that in our life. We create that. This is what I want. This is what I see. This is what I do with it, right? And so we got to learn to take those memories and allow it to carry us until we can transform in that, because eventually every day becomes a Friday, right? When our kids grow up and it's no longer they're going to grandma's, but they're just gone, that becomes your Friday, but that becomes a reality. We got to begin to live in the choices of our lives, right? In order to progress into that becoming your everyday. And so in order for me to have joy on a Monday, I got to remember Friday because I got to live today. And this is a requirement for me to live today. And so that's how we dance in the rain. That's how we show up anyway. That's how, even though we're suffering in silence, we still keep on going, because it's something about us being able to show up for somebody else that we wait for Friday to show up for ourselves, that we put ourselves to the end of the week, which is why we are drained, because we wait for somebody to relieve us. We wait for somebody to give us a break. We wait for life to happen. And I'm telling you that if you can take those emotions, because life is nothing more than emotions attached to words, period. That's what life is. That's why God says that words is so powerful, because it is emotion attached to that word that puts you in the condition that you are in. And so if I can choose a different emotion, if I can change that word, if I can fool myself if I have to, then I can change my reality. You know, a lot of people who become millionaires say, you know what? I wrote it in a book. What is it? Jim Carrey said he wrote himself $1 million check
and carried it with him
and put it in the wallet and carried it with him everywhere he went, because he saw himself worthy of that. And then he walked in the energy of deserving, because he created the life he wanted. And he brought that to him, right? I think that was the whole principle in The Secret, that your words are so powerful. And so if you can say that Monday feels like Friday, then you fool out your own body, and every day gets that same vibration, right? And so if you're vibrating on Monday like you do on Friday, tell me what your life looks like. And if you're vibrating on Tuesday like you do on Friday, tell me what that life looks like. And if you're vibrating on Wednesday like you vibrate on Friday, what does that life look like? And you're still vibrating on Thursday like you do on Friday, what does that life look like? God said, I want to give you joy and peace every day. And that only happens when you change your seeds of thought, so that you can vibrate on every day, that you can show up every day. Because while it is your progress, it's leading you to your purpose, which will be the promise on your life. I promise you peace if you would process. I promise you joy if you would process. I promise you victory if you would go through the war. I promise you these things, but they on the other side of process.
Go ahead, preach it.
Right? And so we got to get through the process, because purpose and promise is on the other side.
Woo.
So we got to stop stopping before we get there, because we trust that he will take us to the end. He always does.
Always does.
Time after time after time. So you got the evidence. So the holdup is you and your commitment to the process, so that you can go through progress and show up in purpose. So some of us are in process, some of us are in progress, and some of us are in purpose. I would like to think I'm in purpose, because I had to process through all those pains to realize that the who may kill me, but the what will heal me, to remove the shame and get in my lane. That is a relay race. Somebody is relying on me, that I'm the answer to somebody's question, because I show up. And so he had to process me. And in the progress, he gave me love. He gave me unconditional love. He gave me a husband. He gave me somebody that was going to see me. He changed the emotion that was attached to those words that had me stuck. And so I still had to transition to my yes. But I never stopped going. Because had I been stuck in a process, I wouldn't got the progress of a husband who could show me a different type of love. Am I right? Of course I'm right. I know because I went through it. You don't got to tell me. I don't need approval. I get to answer my own questions because I'm the evidence to me. And so when you show up knowing that, you become purpose. And so all that pain and all that shame and all that doubt and all that dirt and all that fear, it became purpose. It became a treasure. It became my I am. And so I'm promising you that if you would allow yourself to be soul stirred, if you would allow the ingredients that is you to be shaken up so that you can be who you were called to be and process through those pains in order for it to become power, every day will be a Friday. Because it's all in the way you showed up on that day. It's how you got out the bed. It's what you decided. It was a choice you made for your future. And so God said you have not because you ask not. And you can only ask for the things that are in here that you believe you deserve. So I want you to start believing that you deserve to ask for what you want so that God can give you everything you're waiting on. It is 365 days of loving yourself to life, becoming the gift that you were always meant to be. Yes. This right here, yes, sir. It is the process into your progress in order for you to show up in purpose. I can put my breath on it because I'm breathing because of it. Come on. I can put my breath on it because I'm breathing because of it. Mm-hmm. And you get to breathe out your testimony. You get to breathe out your story. You get to become the I am that God wanted you to be because it wasn't in spite of your story. It was because of your story. You get to breathe what you're breathing. You get to become the soul print that you are. So we gotta get in action and making every day a Friday by forcing our body to know that we enjoy the process, that we came to show up, that I didn't walk into Monday to complain about it. I have stopped being comfortable complaining. I have decided to make every day the day I want it to be because I get to choose it. Mm-hmm. So if you're past 18 and you have the ability to make all your choices, then what's stopping you now? Who's stopping you now? No more excuses. It's nobody else's fault who you are not. You get to decide because your daddy said that you have the right to make whatever choice you want. Start to believe in your instincts and choose you because in choosing you, you choose everybody else. I get to choose you because I chose me first. I couldn't be here for you if I didn't show up for me. Rondell couldn't be there for me if he didn't show up for him. He made a choice that was outside the box. We were what, 20 and 21? Everybody was young. Oh my God. But we're almost 19 years married. And we chose that by showing up every day. So what are the things that you're choosing to live in and suffer through when you have the power to change it? Because God has always given an opposite effect. For every up, there is a down. So if you down, you can choose up. And if you up, you can still choose up. It's a choice. They're only up because they got up. They're only down because they didn't get up. Come on now. It's all in about how you approach the situation.
Everybody want to get to the mountaintop. Nobody want to scrape their knees.
Come on now. And nobody want to climb. Everybody want to be at the top, but nobody want to climb.
It's tired. It's too far. I'm going to get up too early.
Ron, the barbecue. Say it, sis. Melissa having church, right? I have free will, baby. You better know it. You better know it. And that is what it is, Melissa. It is freedom. Emotions got us tied up. Relationships got us boggled down.
Mm-hmm.
It's freedom to know. You get to choose. You get to say yes when you want to and no when you want to because you're enough. You get to say yes and no when you want to. Why? Because you are enough. That's the thing he needs you to know. Man, I was on fire today. That's why Rhonda will be like, get on your live. Because I'll be in the car like, he'd be like, get on your live. I get to talk in his ear off. I be preaching to him all day. I can't help it. You two look amazing. Oh, thank you, Vivi. Oh, that's why you said thank you, Miss Vivi. I'm late. See, he always ahead of me. There you go. I'm all about the climb. It's all about the journey. Come on now. Because it's gonna end. And you're missing this is the fun part. The fun part is arriving. Once you get to arrival, most people start saying how lonely it is at the top. Enjoy the arrival and be conscious while you're arriving. And that's what makes sure that once you get to that level, abundance is in every part of your area because you are consciously arriving, awaiting your arrival. So you are being clear every step you take because when God elevates you, it's only because everybody sees you at the same time, but you still had to walk. Kevin Hart, most people that come out the woodworks will say, he was here, he was there, he was there, he was there. He was arriving every day. When God said he would put you before great men, it means he opened up the curtain to your arrival. But this ain't been no overnight sensation, baby. It's been a process. Let me take you behind the veil. And that's when God gets the glory. Because you thought it was magic until you found out it was magic, but it was the magic of oneself. The power to realize it's an inside job. The power to show up in that arriving daily. Ron had that married for 20 years face.
Like an old beat up man.
She talking about just kidding.
That's how 20-year-old married man look beat up in the face. He tired.
Yeah, they always think he my daddy. That means he thinking harder than me, honey. I just be free, look. They be like, that's your daddy? I mean, seriously, no.
Man, marriage is a career.
It's a career. You better say it. Now, this is some good stuff. We're about to do a family conference. We are writing it out because we hired ourselves, and it's gonna be all online. So no matter where you are, and everybody that's in your immediate family, and I don't mean your sisters and your brothers and your cousins. Everybody have to get a ticket as a family. So we're a family of 7: husband, wife, 4 kids, 5 kids. Sorry. 5 kids. I'm making thinking broad, but Essence, I'm gonna have to make sure she's on. So Essence gonna be a part of it too. She ain't here right now, but 7 of us. So that would include your ticket, and it's gonna be a Zoom. So you're gonna be wherever you are. We're gonna have a real conference virtually. Best way, best time to do it. And so if your kids are not home, if they are your kids, when you get your code after you purchase your virtual ticket for the family, includes, I don't care if it's a family of 4 or a family of 12. If all of y'all under the same legacy, because once you marry, you break off, you become a legacy, even if you're not married. If you're a family, you underneath the same roof. We need to start coexisting together. We need to start actually molding together. We are supposed to be becoming this legacy that we are actually formed together to do. And so we're about to be doing a virtual conference that's going to deal with all that he's about to give you a little sneak peek into. Go ahead, baby. Marriage. You was just saying about marriage, so that all of that'll be into that. But you talking about in order to be married is different, right? It's a career.
Should work every day. You got to clock in every day, 24 hours a day.
You gotta, yeah,
you
for real.
Phone when you don't want to.
You gotta answer the phone when you don't want to. How many people laughing at that?
You gotta be home.
You gotta be in a relationship longer than a year to know you gotta answer the phone when you don't want to.
It's a lot. It's a lot to it, man.
But in the same breath, when they got on your last nerve and you ain't spoke to them all day, as mad as you still are, every time the phone rings, you wish it's them.
What's her name? What's her name? Gave me the best advice.
That is so true.
What's her name? Gave me the best advice out of anybody. It was free too.
What free advice you got? Free advice is the best, especially when you apply it, honey. When you get that yard selling life, that free advice.
Pastor, Reverend, Dr. Gardner.
What did he say?
Pastor Gardner told me, he said, man.
And make sure you speak up.
I know you newly married, y'all freshman married. He said, but one thing you can't do is go into a marriage thinking everything is 50-50. He says, you can't go in a marriage like that. He said, it got to be 100. He said, because whenever she don't got her whole 100, as long as you got your 100, you still going to have enough. Vice versa. If I'm only half today and she only half today, we still got 100% in the marriage. You got me? So it should be 200 coming together, not 50-50. Because if 50-50 came, if I'm 10 short, we ain't at 100. That's how people get divorced. That's how marriages don't work, man. Because everybody thinks it's not 50-50. It's 100. You bring everything you got.
You bring everything you got. Come on now. That's a word.
And what that basically is saying.
Wait till he break that down.
What I got from him was,
she's
not going to be everything that I need her to be every day. I'm not going to be
that's a word.
Every day. It's not. I'm not going to be the whole me every day. And if you think that you're going to marry somebody that's going to be that whole good same person every day, then you're about as crazy as a donkey with rabbit feet. A donkey with rabbit feet. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's funny.
A pit bull with raccoon nose. You know, it's just as crazy as that. If you think that your husband or your wife is going to be this nice, good person every day, it's not. No, it doesn't work like that. But as long as you come with 100, they coming with 100. There's no way y'all ever gonna be less than half the person you are.
Yeah.
So, there's times where you are half the person that you normally are. You're not gonna never be lower than half the person. I don't think so. And you got some special cases. No, even still though, if you got some special cases from half, if both people half it and low, y'all ain't supposed to be married no way. Go ahead and get up out of that mess. That's just a mess right there.
If y'all both happy and low.
Y'all both less than 50%. Y'all need to get up out of that. You heard it here first. What you looking for?
And that's a word.
That's a word?
And that's a word. Because at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. And that's what's so deep. Everybody has to come as 100% their self. And the older you get, that's why it's like it gets easier because you get to find out more about yourself. Sometimes you start off learning about yourself and you find out that, honey, what you learned and what you knew, and you discovered things about yourself through the process, and it doesn't withstand the test of time. But if you're willing to do the work and walk into that yes, and walk into that process, and walk into that I am, and then walking into overstanding each other, right? And understanding that. So I think that valuable piece of free information that somebody that was a light that got shined into his darkness, right? Because he didn't know that. He didn't see life like that. And that's how valuable your mindset is, that it can change somebody's reality, that he showed up different on the days that he probably thought, oh, I could use some more of that. He could have went out and did something different because he didn't get that concept. And so that concept made him gain a sense of integrity that made him respect me to a certain level. Why? Because God is always going to give you what you need if you ask about it, if you ask for it, if you take advantage of the rooms he placed you in. And so he could have sat in that room and never got any word. He could have sat in that room and wasn't open to somebody who has done it before him and took advice. And he may and probably would not be in the happy marriage that he is in right now. Speaking for you, am I speaking for you? It feels like it. Don't speak for you. So I imagine by that smile, I can imagine by the amount of calls I get. I can imagine when my phone made him my favorite, that he absolutely. How many people didn't know that they had a favorite in their phone? See, your phone got a memory that you don't have. And so my phone let me know that he was my favorite.
What was your favorite book?
Because it went on the content. Right? And so I'm telling you, these devices are so powerful. It's showing you what you are missing. It's showing you what you don't even see, my husband. Right? Because I always say he married his favorite girlfriend. I married my favorite boyfriend. Why? That's how we go. That's how we go. Also, speaking about my favorite husband, my favorite boyfriend, my favorite chef, today is Fish Fry Friday. For those of you who are not here, I'm sorry. I don't mean to tease you, but guess what? You can still order the bag for only $18.25 Cash App if you're not local and it must be shipped. $ Ron Paulin, and you can have Fish Fry Friday wherever you are in the world. But if you are local, it is your lucky day. You don't have to cook tonight because we have Fish Fry Friday, which means we have fish on the menu, and we got shrimp on the menu, and we got, what else we got? We got bodies on the menu.
You can't say, just say blue crab.
Blue crab. Sorry, blue crab. That's the word. We got blue crab. Limited on the blue crab. All plates are $10 except for the blue crab plate. That is $12. If you are interested in coming by, you can. It doesn't start till 6. If you want to make sure that you get some before supplies are out, you can pre-order in Cash App and just pick it up later and make sure your plate is here. $ Ron Paulin, RONPAULING, and reserve your plate today. For those of you that are on a diet and cannot eat fried foods, I will also have a shrimp pasta. So, Chef Ron will be serving today. He will be operating in the gift that is him. And he has gone through such a process to take care of his family that please come out and sow into his dream, because he has sacrificed his life for so many years. We call him the real life Jamaican in my life, because he got a million jobs and there isn't anything that he won't do to make sure that we can eat. The sacrifices that he has made, but now cooking is his joy. It is his gift. It is what he does with his eyes closed. And I want him to be able to show up in that point. And when he can do that every day, it will be TGIF for him. He has sold into enough people to now be able to live in his dream. And so if you just want to buy a bag, Cash App, $ Ron Paulin. Please, $25, and you will get a gift of flour. If you want to buy a plate, Cash App, $ Ron Paulin, and you too can get a plate as well, $10. Or if you want the blue crab, $12. But support people who are out there. You can feed Gucci family, you can feed Nike family, you can feed Prada family, you can feed Apple family, you can feed all those families. Feed a family that is showing up, that is showing their kids how to be a butterfly, showing what a man looks like, a good Black man who shows up and does what he is supposed to do. So let's sow seeds of goodness because we can. So, well, what was I about to do? Oh, we got to get to our card because we're at the 50-minute mark, okay? We are at the 50-minute mark. Ron Paulin, $. Let me make sure I put this in here so they can what? Cash App if they like. And send him a love offering. If you don't want nothing, you just want to send him some love, come on. He deserves it. I can vouch for him. I can vouch for him. So $ Ron Paulin. Don't be hating. Okay. So
good ground.
Thank you. That's his thing up there. So sow into good ground, sow into the sea. Oh, I think we lost a lot of people here. They coming back on. Internet been acting crazy. Yesterday I was on this one show. I had to be committed. It knocked me out like 10 times. Facebook be hating on your grind. What I was looking for, my cards. We got to get an IM for the day. Mondale, any last minute? He done been distracted to this phone, I'm telling you.
Why is she trying to FaceTime me?
Anywho.
Tell my cousin Tinker, don't try to FaceTime me yet.
Somebody tell my cousin, don't FaceTime me yet. And so as you see that Ron Paulin, if you're in the Charlotte area, if you're in Columbia and want to drive to Charlotte, hey, I don't tell you where to drive to. We have outdoor seating. If you want to sit down, there will be some low music as well as precious potions if you would like one. That's up to you, honey. Virgin or not. Yeah, I know. Vivian said, yes, the internet is going cray. I seen it for myself. I know. Too many people on it, honey. That's how life is, right? Internet going cray. So if you would like to order you a plate, the plates are $10. It comes with 2 sides. The sides will be potato salad, baked beans, and coleslaw. So you can pick 2. It will come with either whiting. What you got? Fish with bone, if you eat fish with bone. Because he loves fish with bones. I'm not a fan. Okay, so here we go. We're going to find an I am. We got work to do. We got dreams to fulfill, you guys. We want to make everything Friday. And so what is the I am? I know you're going to pick. I'm just shuffling. So if you don't know, you guys, if this is your first time tuning in, this is the ABCs of How Special I Am. You can find it at PreciousPaulin.com. Any tool you need to ignite your abracadabra, you can definitely.
Icebreaker.
The best icebreaker. It is. It's become a fan favorite at the refill station. Oh my God. When I say life changing.
It's the best.
Especially if you do programs and stuff, you want this game. It is perfect for any program. It's going to bring a whole different energy.
Or adults.
Kids or adults. You better say it. So the I am today. So God, right now we ask that you would just touch us with this I am. I am, what does it say? Tenacious.
I don't know what that means.
I am tenacious. It definitely means to not quit, to be unstoppable almost. But you know what I love about this game? You're going to get the actual definition because it comes with the definitions to every word, big or small. So that's why he did that. I love it. And so tenacious means persistent in existence, not easily dispelled, unwilling to yield or give up. Is that not perfect for TGIF? Because you gotta be willing to process into your progress so you can show up in purpose. Come on now. I am tenacious. I am persistent. Oh my God.
The progress.
See, I told you the cars are always gonna be perfect.
You're supposed to go through the process, through the progress, and get stuck in your purpose.
Good God Almighty.
And you're getting stuck here at the process, and then we have people stuck in the progress. And
never
we're
make
have
it.
Very few that get stuck in their purpose. TDJ stuck in his purpose.
TDJ
Joel
stuck on his
purpose. Stuck in their purpose. You see that? Billy Graham was stuck in his purpose. Huh?
Vivian is hilarious. She said she got you. She said Ron will owe me 1 plate, and if it takes 10 years. For her to see you. You know, Vivian's in New York. We love you, Vivian. We love you. We love you. Tenacious. I am tenacious. And we lost on Cam. We lost a few of y'all. That's okay. They can hit the replay. But I just want you to know that being tenacious is the name of the game. Being is it tenacious or tenacious? It's tenacious. I'm saying it right. Okay. Being tenacious is being persistent. Keeping on with the process in order to progress into the purpose, the I am that is you. And so you have to be unyielding, not willing to stop. No matter what they say. No matter what you've been through. No matter what they do. Because God wants to know that you're in it for you. You're not in it for them. You're in it for you. And so it's all about you. How you react to it, how you show up in it, and how unwilling you are to not give up on it. I am tenacious. I will never stop. Why? Because I owe it to the world. That's why he sent me. To be tenacious about my I am. To be in process of my purpose. To be willing to progress through the stages that is required for me to arrive in my purpose, which becomes the promise that is on my life. And so Jesus had to go through the process. He had to be tenacious. And it was a progression. He went from turning water into wine to lifting Lazarus from the dead. That was the progress. The proving that I am that I am. I believe that process that God sent me to. And I'm going to be unyielding. And so he started as just a wine maker and turned into a spirit lifter. And then he died so that you could live. And to not just live with salvation, but to live abundantly, to do greater than him. So what is the gift that is you? Who are you supposed to, what spirits are you supposed to be rising from the dead? Because we got some dead spirits out here, y'all. Because they didn't make it through the process. They can't progress. And so you can be that spirit of anointing that is Jesus. Because he said we are his siblings. We all are a piece of God. We all have the power. And so who have you resurrected? Who have you risen from the, who have you stopped with the issue of blood? Who's bleeding on the inside because they don't think anybody understands them and you were courageous enough to say, me too? Who stopped bleeding because you came in? That's being tenacious. That's being on assignment. That's removing the shame and getting in your lane. Because how do we know that God helped you if you can't talk about it? How do we know that he is a miracle worker if you can't talk about it? You are the evidence that they're waiting to see how good he is. Because you believe that it started with how you thought about yourself. The I am that you decided to commit yourself to. He said, I am that I am. And yet we walking around that I ain't what I ain't. Stop putting power on your ain'ts. He didn't talk about what you ain't. He talked about what you am. And every time you complain, it's that ain't you talking about. Ain't no power in there, which is why you're dead. And he said, resurrect those spirits. Renew your mind in order to change your body. It's being tenacious, being responsible with that soul piece.
Let them use you, girl. Go ahead and let them use you, baby. Go ahead. Get it all
so
out.
Crazy. Get it all out so I don't kill him.
Girl, you had me in the car this morning. Get it all out. That was dope right there.
Never giving up, moving forward. Choo, choo, choo. Thank you, y'all. Thank y'all.
Resurrect.
You got to resurrect your spirit. You got to resurrect yourself in order to resurrect somebody else. And so I know that you've been resurrected in this hour because I know that I am that I am. I just hope that you don't just listen to me because knowledge is power. I hope you don't just get power, but I hope you plug in to resurrection. And that means to apply what you heard in order to transform your life. You want to show God that you are who you know yourself to be, then you got to plug into the source. You got to be willing to transform by once you get the power that you log in. Come on now.
Unless you get straight to the plug.
Can't get on without the plug. And so remember, it is a relay race and somebody is relying on you to be the I am in tenacity that is you. I want you to say today, I am tenacious. And because of that, I will show up. Because of that, I will make every day a Friday because it's all in the thought that I choose on this day. And so I'm going to change my thoughts in order to change my reality. I have that much power. God loves me that much to give me the opportunity to go from being general admission into VIP. Because I choose me is going VIP. It's getting a seat at God's feet. And so I only urge you to step into the front row of you so that you can show up in your assignment. Remember, you are listening to the Queen of Soul Stirring Inspiration, Miss Precious Paulin, the prophetic poet. The I am come to soul stir you. And
the real master
himself, Mr. Chef Ron. Remember,
one touch.
You can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So it's your responsibility to stay lit in this world by using those abracadabra moments to become your magic. It's Friday, y'all. It is your time to become your magic. We love you. We cannot wait to hear your testimonials. And don't forget to $ Ron Paulin, get a plate, get a bag of flour, sow a seed. However you want to pay it forward, we receive it, because guess what? When you show up, it makes it easier for us to do what we do. We love you, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to take care of your souls. Bye-bye. Yeah, we'll find something to do. I'm definitely got to sell some stuff. We're going to have the boutique open. I got some stuff for y'all, some dynamite stuff that you can't get anywhere but here.